What's up, dudes? Chooch out here on the Inmotion v12, and I know this thing looks a little bit different than a standard Inmotion v12. I got a little bit carried away and made this thing look like a little dual sport, like motocross one wheel, and it turned out so cool, man. I love it, and especially combined with that sound wave effect on this thing, where it's like the and it gives you like the motor acceleration noise. Oh man, it just turns heads. This thing is a lot of fun. I'm absolutely loving this thing, and it is just so quick. I did an acceleration test, guys, and I usually don't like go out and specifically do acceleration tests. That's going to be coming. I'm going to have that uploaded either tonight or tomorrow. It's going to be a video after this. But this little thing, guys, and a full charge, just doing the acceleration test, just taking off, this thing launches like no other, guys. Any little bump in front of you during that acceleration test, it takes off so fast, you just get air. It could be like a pebble you hit, and you just fly in the air. This little wheel, I'm really loving it. I've gotten to really enjoy it for like a week and a half now, and I put all the other wheels up, and I've just been really focusing on this one. I got a lot of footage for you guys, and I've just been shredding on this one. This is the 1750 watt hour, 100 volt wheel from Inmotion. It has no suspension in it, but that's not a problem. It's a 16-inch wheel. It's a little powerhouse, guys. I'm keeping this tire on this one pumped up at about 34 psi, and it's riding great. Right here, we're looking at this, man. This is my Inmotion v12, and I've just done some mods to it, man. Kind of ridiculous, but I think it looks pretty cool at the end of the day. It really turned out looking cool. This is a little CRF 50 plastics kit. I just mounted on the front up here, and I actually went in and made a nice front bumper on this thing that's huge. Like, this is a lot of foam padding under here that's quite thick, and then I put like a little LCD cover right here. You can get under here if you need to. You can just get a finger under there or whatever if you need to, and pull it up to do some whatever. It's not perfect yet, but you know, just refinements are there. But this keeps kind of rain and everything off the top of it. Not that it's needed. It is very waterproof as it is, but this is just going to keep the rain out of here. And I have taken falls. I literally crashed yesterday right there, slammed down right on the side of it, and I was so glad that I'd built this little bumper on there. And got some graphics on there, just some KTM graphics I put on there. Got these free motion pedals. Now I'm really liking these a lot. They go on differently than the standard pedals. They actually have a bolt here and a bolt on this side, and you can still, because like the standard pedals on this thing usually only have a bolt that goes in through the bottom that holds it on. So I use all three of them in there, and it keeps this pedal extremely stable. So like, it just keeps this thing from any type of rattling or chattering, and this is probably the most stable foot plate of any unicycle there is. There's absolutely no play, no rattling at all in this. It's solid, so that's good. And on the back here, guys, so this little bag is really cool. This is a little KTM bag I found. It's like a little fender bag that you put like on the front fender of a dirt bike, but it goes on the back here perfect. And if you are careful about it, you can screw it in through the back. You can take that back panel off and just bolt it to the back panel. You can screw a bolt through it and bolt it on there, and yeah, you're gonna have a hole in that back panel, but panel by panel you can get new panels if you need to, and they aren't very expensive, you know. And I'm all about creating and having fun with it, and before you know it, you'll have another unicycle anyway, so may as well have fun with it while you got it, you know. So time flies, man. Time flies, so you may as well enjoy it while you got it, because you never know when you'll be on to the next one or on to the new thing, man. So that's what's cool about it, but I love it. And check this out. So this is kind of the stuff that I carry in the bag back there. I wanted to show y'all this too. I put together an emergency kit, and I'm going to start carrying it on my unicycles and try to have a kit already on each rig, especially for the winter time. So get y'all, I got y'all on this nice camera, and I'm used to that auto stabilization on those action cameras, so I'm actually having to use the real camera. If it's shaky, that's why. But so I put together this little kit right here, and this is going to go in the bag on the back. So this is the same exact bag. I bought another one. This is how much I like this little bag, and I'm going to put it on like one of my gotways or figure out something to do with it. But opens up pretty weird. So this is the way this thing opens up. Like that, and then you got another pocket at the top like this. So if you mount it like I did, you're gonna want to put your stuff you're gonna want to access easily in this pocket, and then like a pouch like this in this pocket back here. And I went ahead and put it in a Ziploc bag so it's waterproof. But what I have in this is just some, because I've been stranded out there before, guys. You never know. These things are quite reliable, but I ride to extremely remote areas. I'll go out into the middle of nowhere. And I just like having peace of mind knowing that if this thing completely, you know, kapoots out, then I can have supplies to make a shelter, make a fire. I have a little bit of extra food and just a little bit of peace of mind in case I gotta wait a while for somebody to get to me and it's like freezing weather outside, which it could definitely be that case one day, you know. So you gotta think about this stuff. And so I put together this kit right here. So this is just going to be in here. I have just a hand warmer. That's good to have, man, if it's freezing outside. Hand warmer. And then this is a emergency blanket, space blanket right here. This right here is the difference in life and death in the cold Rocky Mountains. If I was out, say 30 miles away from anyone, out of phone service, and I had to wrap up in this, and I had some hand warmers and just a protein bar to eat for dinner, and then a way to start fire, and a knife, like a decent, this isn't an expensive knife or anything like that, but just a knife in there that I can cut some sticks or process some wood or do something with. You know, you want something like that, a good blade, and then a way to charge a phone. If you got to go into somewhere, you want to have a charging chuck to charge your phones with. This, I got this power bank in there, and I got Gorilla Tape on it. You can see I got Gorilla Tape right there, and then I have electrical tape right here. So this is just power bank, and then the tape, kind of a tape dispenser all in one. And then I have the just every cord you need. So I got my USB-C, and then micro USB, of course, and then I got my a whistle, and then a way to strike this so you don't have to use your knife. So this is just an emergency whistle, and then a way to strike your fire steel. It's not your actual knife, you know, so you aren't going to be dulling your blade. So that's that. This, I mean, having that, man, I'm telling you what, if that thing broke down and I was 30 miles out and I knew I had this in there, I'd feel so much better about it than if I didn't. And that's just the key. I literally thought about that the other night. I was like, well, I got this little pouch on there, and if I wanted to outfit this to where I could take it on different rides, always have it with me. And this isn't the most expensive stuff. This is just some things that I had extra around that I could put in here that would really make a difference in a time of need if you're ever out stranded on this. So I put this right on the back, we'll be good to go. But anyways, dudes, that's how it goes. And I screwed it in. It's screwed in 4 different ways on the back there, guys. So if you take that back panel off, pop it off, you can screw it right in. And then just make sure that the screws aren't sticking in too far, or else it won't pop back on all the way. You see what I'm saying? But that's that, guys. And some riding footage is coming on this thing. So I saw that you guys wanted to see an acceleration test on this thing, and I gave multiple acceleration tests on this thing, like actually trying it, because I really didn't try a hard, just straight acceleration test on this. It's not something you deliberately go out and do, because it does use a lot of battery doing it over and over. But this thing is absolutely gnarly how fast it accelerates. Like, I was doing it on pavement, it was kind of bumpy, dude, and you'd accelerate and hit one little bump, and this thing would just lift off. I'm talking, it really did. It would go 0 to 40 in like 3.5 to 4 seconds. But stay tuned for that. I was riding all day yesterday on this thing, having a total blast on it. People were loving the look of it. The look of it really looks good on camera too, guys. All the riding footage looks so good because of like the orange pop to it, and I was riding at dusk, and then this was like glowing up here with the headlight and all. It did look cool. I know it's not for everybody, but you know, I love doing stuff like this, man. This is what it's all about. And then my whole idea with the Velcro up here is you can attach little stuff on it if you want to. Like, I got another little power bank that has Velcro on it already. So say if I wanted to take that with me and just pop it on there, then I could just throw it on there real quick, you know. So that kind of has effect too, and I could take that off of there and use that Velcro also to stick something on there if I needed it. You know, it could be really anything. Like, you can put Velcro on the back of side of anything you really want to, and then stick it to the unicycle. But this, all this on here, this is just a big, you know, one of those big extended mouse pads. You can get them for pretty cheap. What I like about it is the material. It's almost like a neoprene material, and it's great for DIY stuff like this, guys. Hot glue sticks so good to it, and it holds so well. And all this under here is just that baby bumper foam built up, and then a mouse pad put over it. And then on the front, honestly, the reason why I put this on the front, guys, is because this looked bad. There was no really way to make this look nice up here. And so I just had this laying around. I was like, dude, let's just throw that on there, and it'll match these, and then let's order some KTM stickers, and then that's kind of how that whole thing came together. But it turned out pretty cool, man. I think it looks sweet, man. I really enjoy it more now that I did all this to it. Oh, and with the sound wave. So with it looking like a motorcycle and then having the sound wave going around, oh, dude, it's awesome. Oh, check these out over here too. So I just got these in. I literally just got these in today. These are the new Clark pads over here. So check these out. You can turn these on like this, and then you can adjust them to whatever color you want to. Is that not awesome, dude? These literally just came in the mail. I put some brand new batteries in them too because they're a little bit dim, but dude, they're so bright now. I just put fresh batteries in, and it is, you can put them whatever color you want. So if you got a wheel that you're trying to set up with like a cool theme to it or something like that, I got all these lights on in here, guys. I've even got the flashlight on in here trying to make this thing look better. Put it on here, and then you can even set it to like orange. So check it out. So this is like the orange setting too, dude. That'll be so fire. So check that out. That's gonna go on there next. That is gonna be so sick. That is gonna be so sick. See, these are the adjustable Clark pads right here. So what you can do with these, you see in the middle, they actually split open. So if you like them to be, you know, wider or narrower or however you want them, you can adjust them right here with this. And if you want to add your Velcro to the back, you can do that, but it does come with a 3M sticky on the back as well. But definitely check out Clark pads. The website's linked below. These are awesome. And then just the way this material feels, so check that out. That 3D print is refined, man. That is incredible how nice that 3D print is. It's so cool. And then you could do, I think you can do like strobe modes and all that too, can you? Oh, that white is so bright. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Yeah, those are sweet. Definitely, those are going on there for sure next. But also, free motion pedals, man. This is definitely the best wheel for these pedals. If y'all want good pedals for it, and the way I have it set up right there, see, look in there, I got the spacers, one big spacer up front, small one in the back on the very front, and then just one small one on the back there. And that's just, and honestly, it took a little while to get that dialed in, guys, to get it where it didn't like vibrate and act weird. But with that spacer set up and with that grub screw in the bottom, this wheel feels so solid. Just the pedals of it and everything. This thing's been riding so good. It really has been. It's been a champ. So this has been, I know I go through stages, man. I'll go through stages like last week was all Sherman again, dude. And I was trying out these power pads and really got into it. These are the Kai pads. Sick, dude, because you can see you can flex on those and kind of get like a leaf spring effect. I was riding that thing all last week. And then with this one, this is my RS, or not my RS, this is my M Super Pro. And you see what happened here? I got so much mud caked in here, and then it dried. And then it dried in there, and it wore my tire down because there was, I literally had like 20 pounds of mud in this thing. I got it all out on the porch. I was knocking it out of there, and I finally had to get like a big stick to like carve up in the fender in here, and it was just that hardened mud that had like little gravel rocks in it. And what happened is it dried in there, and then it, on every revolution of the wheel, it was just wearing it down. It literally was, you would smell tire burning, and it was just because of how much mud was caked in this thing from off-roading it. This is the one that had the red cover on it. So I'm completely rebuilding this thing, getting this thing ready to go, and this is going to be my jumping wheel. So I'm going to get that CST tire that I had on that RST from Rev Rides that I raced. I'm getting that tire put on this, and then I'm going to start hitting some jumps and whatnot, because I really don't have a jump wheel set up right now, or I haven't really had one set up in like 6 months really. So that's the thing I'm doing next, and then I'm going to be getting into like actual park jumping and stuff like that, because that seems to be what I need to do next, man, because it looks so much fun, and that's kind of the route it's going, and I don't want to be left behind, man. I don't want to be left behind. You guys are getting good, you know, so definitely going to get into that jumping stuff next. But anyways, dudes, Clark pads, these are the new ones right here. Check them out, man. These things are just so cool. You got it comes with a little remote too, so if you're wondering, about it, it does come with a little remote right here. You can just, it works for both of them if you aim it at both of them at the same time, or if you just aim it at one of them, it'll control it individually. So it's just infrared, just like your TV is. See what I'm saying? But anyways, dudes, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video, here I'm gonna give y'all a little. Heck yeah. So you can see I can still see my screen in there, and then for any adjustments I need to get to, I can pop that thing right up, slam on concrete, good to go. Got my pouch back there with my emergency essentials in it. Looks good, man. And then up front, you see how I just did that. I didn't do any damage to the wheel really by putting that on there, and it comes right off too, so it looks very interesting. Gives a unique flair to it, and then you can always take it off if you want to. Anyways, dudes, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video, throw it a thumbs up, and I will see you dudes in the next one.